Welcome back to Standard Living, and thank you for joining us on our sawmilling adventures for today. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. Rather than just sawmilling and making lumber, we're going to be edging some lumber that we cut probably 2 years ago. We're about to go get us wood unloaded here. All this is going to be running through the edger and the planer, and we got a hitchhiker right here. You can ride with us, Homer? Gonna take this down so we can unload this with the Bobcat. So right now I got this trailer loaded down with poplar and pine. We did cut this 2 years ago. I think we cut some of it a year ago as well. But this stuff's been stacked, covered, and drying for quite some time now. It's pretty dry. We did a mobile sawmilling service with this a couple of years ago, where we went to the customer's house and we took our sawmill and we cut this wood up. This wood was cut up from trees that was clear from his property, and we had it there stacked at his place, stacked and drying. And the plan was, when it was all dry, he was going to take it in his shop, plane it down, and use it for his projects and some of his wall paneling and things. But he's been super busy and traveling a lot, so he didn't have time to do it himself. Instead of him edging everything on his table saw and running through a small planer, he asked if we could run it through our edger and run it through our planer. So here it is. So that's what we're going to be doing today, is we're going to take all this lumber and we're going to be sending it all through our Range Road hydraulic board edger. Then once we get all that lumber straight line edged through our board edger, we're going to stack it back up and we're going to take it up to our woodworking area, and we're going to run it through our big Grizzly planer to finish it out. So we're going to be cutting all this lumber down to a size and thickness that's usable for the customer and save him all the back work it takes to do it. So stay tuned as we take all these rough sawn boards and turn them into beautiful finished usable lumber right here at Standard Living. And before we get started with that, we're gonna have to take all this lumber right here and turn this into 1x6s or whatever we get out of it. Some of it will make 1x4s, but I think most of it's gonna make 1x6s. But we're gonna run all this, get this out of the way first, so we can bring that lumber over here and stack it next to the edger. And sometime during today's work, we're gonna have to stop and we're gonna take you on a little field trip. We're going to visit an old abandoned sawmill and look at a couple of old Woodmizer LT40s. And the sawmill is not necessarily abandoned. The owner's retired. It used to be a big pallet company, and it's just right up the road. So we're gonna go check out those old sawmills and see if they're worth saving, see if we can do anything with them. They may just be junk, but we're gonna go look anyway. So stay tuned for that. We're gonna get to the edger in a minute, but right now I hear the county cutting the roads up here, and we're gonna be like one of those grumpy old men and go up and yell at them if they dump their bush hogs in my yard again. Let's go do that. Now keep the roads cut up here by the road and cut down with a lawnmower pretty good. And they cut all the tall grass across the road in different places. But I've had a problem with them dumping all the grass that's built up on their bush hogs right here in areas where I keep it real nice and clean. And every time they cut here the last several times, they dumped all that grass off right here in the clean part where I cut the grass real low and keep it nice. And it kills my grass, and it's just a pain in the butt to have to clean up. So if I see them do it again, I'm going to yell at them. Here they are now. Yeah, they see me sitting here this time. But that's been a real problem. I can't stand that. Look at the trash in the yard over there. Yeah, they usually come right over here to this side and they'll dump the grass off of their bush hog right here in my clean cut area, which is not clean cut right now. I need to get up here and mow some grass. But yeah, right where I cut, they'll come up here and dump their grass off their bush hogs, and it just kills the grass, and I have to clean it up. It's a pain in the butt. Here's another thing I can't stand, is people throwing their garbage out in the road. Man, look at that. I need to cut the grass myself. We got some loggers down the road coming by here, and I don't know why them truck drivers think it's okay to throw their trash out. And it's not all log truck drivers. There's a lot of good ones out there, but there's some out here that just don't care. I don't know why. This same crew's been cutting across the road over here for a while, and every time they come in here, there's trash all up and down the road. There's liquor bottles. They threw liquor bottles all up and down the side of the road last week. But when I get out here with the lawnmower, I try to get this stuff cleaned up, because it's kind of annoying, because as soon as you hit this trash with the lawnmower, it gets spread everywhere. And look at this. It's like their little lunch bags and whatever else. It's a real nuisance. Yeah, these little liquor bottles just end up everywhere. And shop rags. It's a real pain in the butt. And I say it's the log truck drivers. It could be the logging crew, who knows. But every time they're over there cutting, we end up with tons of trash up and down this road. It's a real pain in the butt. And I hope it's not the log truck drivers, because there's a lot of liquor bottles up and down this road when they're logging too. I cannot tell you how many of these little liquor bottles I picked up over the last few weeks. Same kind. So I definitely hope that's not the log truck drivers. I'd hope it wouldn't be the crew either, but hey, you never know. But yeah, that's been a constant problem. Every time they log across the road over here, I think those guys just don't care. All right, let's get back to work. Those guys did a good job this time. They didn't dump any grass out in my yard, so I know they saw me sitting here. So I don't know if that's the reason, or maybe they were just being courteous. I don't know. But let's get back to the sawmill. Yeah, my grumpy old man rant is over with. Let's get back to work. I'm gonna grab my blower and clean some of these leaves off this edger. And I don't know if you follow my channel for a while. You've seen this little mini blower I got here from Harbor Freight. Thing works pretty good, but it doesn't have a whole lot of power. But CC sent us this one here. Check this thing out. That is a dual battery 40 volt. Look at that. That thing is crazy strong. And it's got a boost button, turbo button on it. This thing will blow the world away. This thing is insanely powerful. CC sent this out to us to try out. This is one of our new blowers with the dual batteries. This thing is super powerful. It is super strong. And if you remember, they sent us out the little mini pole saw and the 16-inch 40 volt saw. And those things we use every single day. And now we're using this every single day. Because if you run a sawmill, you know how important it is to have a few electric tools like this around a sawmill. Especially a blower for cleaning off your sawmill and lumber, blowing out your sticker lumber, getting all the sawdust out so it doesn't mold. And for the chainsaws, the electric chainsaws are great because you don't have to buy gas, you don't have to mix gas. And when you're just making a small cut here and there, butting a log, you just take this thing, pull a trigger, and go. CC has definitely made our world easier down here at the sawmill. I'm going to put a link to this in the description so you can check it out. There's also a discount code. This thing comes with 2 chargers, so you can charge both batteries at the same time. It comes with dual batteries, dual chargers. We got a little strap here we throw over your shoulder. You can blow your sawdust, your bark. You can blow your chickens back into the chicken house. But they are super great tools. Thank you, CC. We really appreciate it. This thing is amazing. Here, I was going to get one of those steel ones, and I priced those things out. They were pretty pricey. And luckily, my mom has one, so I got to try it out. That CC 40 volt there is way stronger than that steel one is. And way cheaper. Go check them out. All right, we got to get this Bobcat fired up. I got to get some fuel in it, too. All right, we got that fueled up, ready to go. Got everything blowed off over here with the blowers. Let's get that edger fired up so we can start running some boards. All right, let's fire this thing up. Oh, that's my battery dead. Did I leave the key on? What in the world? All right, we hand starting this thing today. Well, we'll make quick work of that. And I love just having this small stuff like this for scrap when I'm done cutting, instead of those big slabs that go in the slab pile. And we made super quick work of that. We got a nice bundle of wood here. This is all 1x6s and 1x4s, mostly 1x6s. And those are all those slabs from when we were cutting those posts the other day. If you watched that video, it was the last video I posted. We're cutting 5 beams for somebody. This is a slab with all the 5 beams. Yeah, got some nice 1x6s and some 1x4s. And most of these, they only have to be about 8 foot long. So we can cut that end off right there to pad. And we got to get nice, at least 8 foot right here, maybe even 10. And I know it's got to be getting old with me telling you how awesome this thing right here is. It is saving us so much time here at the sawmill, cutting down wood like that. It really is a blessing to have that thing here. But now it's time to get this trailer unloaded and get it all stacked up over there by the edger, so we can start running this stuff and sizing it up. Straight line ripping it on the range road edger. Now we probably won't get down to the planing part today, but we will get them edged, and I will record that for you. And when I do get ready to plane them, which won't be today, I'm sure, I'm going to record all that as well, so you can see the finished product when we get done with it and see how beautiful those boards come out. And I am sweating. It is super hot today. I don't know if you can tell by all the sweat running off me. I'm going to have to go change shirts here soon, because shortly we're going to look at a sawmill. Well, I'll be the first to admit that's not my prettiest stack job I've ever done. I made a huge mess. Look at that. That's almost embarrassing right there. And I know people have already told me about putting that door on the Bobcat. It's great when it's needed, but when you need to get in and out of the Bobcat and you got a load on the front, it makes it a pain in the butt. And for sure, it kind of is, because once I got a load on the front of the Bobcat and I've got it lifted a little bit, you cannot open the door on that thing. So you're kind of stuck. You can't get out and readjust and do things you need to do. So you end up with that kind of mess. Yeah, I'm down here by myself today. I was going to get the kids down there to help unload. I should have. I thought I'd do it myself, and I just made a mess of this lumber. But luckily we got kids, and they can come straighten all this up by hand. That is straight embarrassing right there. I don't even want to show you guys, but hey, this is real life. Things happen. Luckily, all this lumber is going to be running right through this range road board edger, and it'll be stacked neatly right here on the other side. So we don't have to worry about this right now. We will stack the other stuff back over here. Once this is clear, we'll start moving all that wood to this side over here, and we will stack it nicer. But for now, this stack right here is about to go through this edger. But first, I got to get the kids down here, because they've been wanting to make some money. And if they're not here to make money, I'm going to end up doing it myself, and they won't get a dime. So I'm going to go take a quick cool down break and round up some kids and see if they want to make some money today. Well, we just got a load of pine in, a small load. The guy's on the way with another load now, so we got to get this stuff moved real quick. Got Mason in the Bobcat. He's learning how to run this thing, so hopefully he don't break my new front door. We got some pretty nice little logs, though. I don't know what he's bringing next. These right here got some size to them. This one here on the end is close to 30 inches, maybe 27, 28. It's a nice pines. That was like shotgun barrel straight. We need a lot more of these right here instead of those little tiny things. Mason's gonna get those and get those stacked up. We got another dump truck load on the way. You see them logs, Dookie? Some nice logs, ain't it, Dookie? Yeah, I need to get him in that Bobcat more and get him used to it, so he can run it efficiently. I think the trick is I'm gonna get him on the grapple. I'm gonna get the grapple on the Bobcat, and I'm gonna get him to take all this stuff right here up to our little burn pile in the field up there. That should give him enough seat time to really learn how to operate that thing and get efficient at it. But he's learning. I gotta get the other boy rounded up and get him down here so they can start running this edger, running these boards through, because we gotta go look at those sawmills. It is hot. I've already changed shirts here, so I'm sure I'll be changing shirts a few times today. It is insanely hot and humid. Good job, Mason. Careful with that glass, don't break my glass. Just got another load in. Come on, Diggy. Yeah, check out these nice logs we just got in. Man, these things are nice. I need about 100 loads of these right here. Look at them beauties. Nice, straight, big logs. Now this is gonna make our 1x8 order, hopefully. Look at that, got a little busted spot right there. We can work that out of there though. Those are about 22 inches. So 20 inches, 22, maybe 24 down there. Yeah, these are good sized logs and they're straight, shotgun barrel straight. So this is a new guy hauling logs here. We're gonna do some trading. He needs some walnut cut up, some of his logs. We're gonna trade out some sawing services for some logs, which is gonna be great. I'll do that stuff all day long. And I told him if he can bring logs like this on a normal basis, I'll be happy to pay him whatever he needs. But yeah, this is gonna really kick us off and get us get some of my jobs out of here that's been behind. Let's get these logs moved. Mason cleaning out the sawdust underneath the edger so we can get that stuff out of the way. Just got a whole lot of edging to do. That's a nice set of logs right there. Look at that. Compared to what we were cutting with. Look at the small stuff here compared to this. That's what we were working with for the last few weeks, working with the small stuff. That's what we need, lots of loads of this stuff right here. He's actually on the way back now with another load of this stuff. Hopefully he'll bring them all day long. That'd be nice. All right, it's time to get this edger fired up and get these boards cut down. So I guess I'm gonna try to just cut this stuff down to whatever uniform size I can get it to without making it too small, because we're gonna lose a lot of lumber if I start cutting this stuff down too small. These boards that are now less than 6 inches wide, I think we get them down to 5 inches and they'll be just fine. If he wants to cut them down on a table saw to 4 inches or whatever later, that may work. So, all right, let's get this started. I'll fire this edger up. Well, I had to shut that down for a minute. Looks like we got more logs. I don't know how many loads he's bringing today, but this is really awesome. We really need these logs bad. We've got a ton of work to do, a ton of orders to get out, and we just so out of logs. But yeah, more nice logs here. A couple of small ones in this load, but some really nice big ones too. Beautiful logs. And we got a few small ones in here, but what he did tell me is all the loads from here on out are gonna be this size. That's gonna be awesome. That's a big log. That's a good 24 to 26 inches. So I gotta get these moved real quick because he's got more loads coming. Well, shoot, if he's bringing logs all day, I may not get all this edging done. Mason had to run out too to do something, take care of some stuff in Augusta. So he won't be back till later on this evening. So I don't have help anyway. So we may end up just moving logs around, and I'm going to see those sawmills we were talking about. So yeah, that's the last load he's hauling for today. He's got some more. They got some more trees coming down though, so he's gonna wait until he's got a bigger load. So it'll probably be Saturday. We're gonna go and check this mill out real quick. Let's do that and cool off a little bit because it's like 93 degrees right now here. So we're gonna check that out and we'll meet you back here at the mill. We're out here checking out some old LT40s here. This thing probably hadn't ran in 20 plus years. I don't know if this thing was scavenged for parts or what. It's like most of the deck and frames here. There's no axle. This thing here has been completely butchered. Wow. Somebody chopped this thing up, put some I-beams, welded some new frame pieces on there. Man, this thing is old. I'm guessing this is an old 80s HD40. That's got the manual backstops. Look at this contraption. This one has power feed. Well, that's a funky setup there. Power feed, but no hydraulics. Electric motor. That's all been pulled apart. Wired on. Yeah, look at this chassis. That thing has just been hacked. Still got a trailer hitch. Man, look at that old bucking saw right there. I guess this was an active pallet mill at one time for a while. I wonder if he had a circle miller here at one time. Pretty interesting setup. I bet you there was a circle mill here at one time. I don't know. I see some chains that used to run through the floor here. Pretty crazy. Old saw blades everywhere. Old loaders over there. This place kind of growed up. Looks like it used to be a pretty active sawmill at one time. There's blades everywhere. Been shut down for many years. This fella's gotten pretty old. I'm sure he's retired now. There might even be enough here to make one solid mill. Let's see what this is. LT40 HD. Oh, so this was originally an electric. 15 horsepower. Interesting. So that was an original electric sawmill. I guess that's the, oh, that's the power feed motor. What an odd setup. The motor's supposed to be down there somewhere, or right here. Weird. I think the head was stuck on it. Oh, no, it's strapped up. Look at that. So how does this go up and down? With a strap around the pulley. What the heck? Wow. Okay, so that gearbox is not turning. Look at that. That's insane. He was using a strap to pick it up and down instead of the chain. Wow, this thing is completely butchered. Oh, look. Shoot, it has power on it. Oh, that's a really geared low box. Interesting. This baby may fire up and run. Look at that. Wow, there's actually power on this thing. That's kind of scary. This thing is completely butchered. Yeah, see, there's some manual clamps right there. Pretty crazy. Wow, some old cant hooks. Look at that mess. Holy cow, look at this. I mean, I guess it's solid, heavy duty. The old frame is completely dismembered though. I saw some of the bunks and pieces laying over there beside it, so I guess those were just removed and he built new ones. And again, that is the Woodmizer LT40 HD E15. I guess it was originally electric. Interesting. Holy cow. Man, that thing looks rough. Look at this. Big old plate mounted on there, welded. This thing has seen better days. I don't know if this stuff still, oh yeah, it works. I still got a blade on it. No telling how old that is. Good old gearbox. Somebody's done some fabrication on this thing. I'd assume this one right here is the one that goes to that frame over there. And I can't tell if this was hydraulic or power feed or what at one time. This is missing everything off of it. This should tell me right here. There we go. Old LT40. Pretty rough. And the guy was asking $12,500 for both of them. He's gonna have to come off that price because this thing is, both of these are pretty much junk. Yeah, this is definitely not worth what he's asking. Not to me anyway. Well, maybe good for somebody, just not for us. One more look at this frame. All the hydraulics are here. This is not too much butchered. I do see one section there that's kind of rebuilt. So I wonder if we take this frame and that head over there and we pull apart the Norwood, mate the two together, and have a working sawmill with hydraulics. Now this frame's in pretty decent shape. Needs a little love, a little paint. Other than that, doesn't look too bad. Curious about these hydraulics and this motor here. If any of this stuff works. Wish I had a 12-volt battery with me. Any old Woodmizer owners, what is this winch here for? Looks like all the rams are on it for the toe boards, for the log loading arms. Oh look, there's a ram here for the backstops. So that's all hydraulic. So that's not what that winch is for. I'm curious, what is that winch for? Is that for log loading or something? Any of you old Woodmizer owners, tell me what that's for. I think what I'm gonna do is make an offer on this thing here and that old head laying over there. And maybe we have us a little project. I don't know yet. Oh well, we'll come back to this. If we can get him down to the right price, we'll just take his junk off his hands and maybe we can do something with it. But for the price he's asking right now, he'll never sell it. So we've had a crazy day today. A lot of stuff going on. Finally got one of the kids off video games down here at the mill now. We're gonna start running this stuff right here. We're gonna run all this morning, but it just didn't happen. Too many things going on. Well, we had another guy come off while we were gone. Another fella come by and dropped off a couple of old oaks. These things have seen better days. They're still pretty solid though. A little rotty. Sapwood's a little rotty on it anyway. Yeah, these two little oaks here. He wants some 1x for some shelving. He's building a cabin, so we're gonna cut those up. We did miss him, but he was able to get those off the trailer. right, we got all our logs stacked up. We got all our boards stacked up here by the edger. I guess we're gonna be running these in the morning now. And we got all this wood that we already cut here. That's gonna go up to the planer itself. I'll make another video, I guess, running all this right here and then running all this stuff through the planer. So have another video out running the edger and the planer in the same video, because that's gonna take a little bit of time. Plus I gotta stack all this stuff and organize it when they're done. And then we gotta figure out how many board feet we got once we're done with everything. We still got some wood over there in that stack, but we just got more than we need to probably put on these sawhorses right here. I don't know how many board feet we got here yet, including that stuff and what's over there. How many board feet do you think there is here, Mason?
Probably 620.
620? What do you think, Thomas?
670.
670? I'm gonna say we got 850. Whoever's closest wins. How about that? $5 bet or free ice cream. So just to recap today's adventure we did, we come down here, we was gonna edge some of this lumber, we got some of this edged, we ended up getting loads of logs. We're planning on edging all this stuff today and getting that out of the way. The logs were kind of unexpected, but it's a blessing they did come. So I think we got 5 loads in total, and we got some more on the way. So we edged some lumber, we got more to do. We got some logs in over here. We did make a cut on this log right here, but we do have our wood now to make our 1x8 order and fill that out. That's awesome in itself, because we really got to get that job out and make that money. Kids come down, I got all this stuff stacked, so we're going to be running that tomorrow or this weekend. And yeah, that's about it today. Oh, and we went and checked out those LT40 sawmills. Those are pretty cool. I did talk back to the guy, and we're in talks right now, so we don't know yet what's going to happen there. I'm going to go back over there, and I'll probably I'm going to walk around that whole place and show y'all, because it's a really cool sawmill. I think that sawmill's been there for hundreds of years, who knows. It used to have that old steam engine, or not steam engine, but hit miss engine, whatever you want to call it. It used to have that old engine running a sawmill years ago, so we're going to take a walk around that place and look at all the antique stuff there. Yeah, it's pretty cool. We might do that tomorrow too, I don't know yet. So that'll be a video coming up, but we'll find out more about that stuff and those LT40s. They're kind of junk, but they have potential, and we love projects for some reason. We got quite a bit done today in this video, and got a lot more coming. But that's going to do it for today. Thanks for joining us. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that like button. And if you haven't subscribed yet, go hit subscribe. I think the next video we're going to be doing the blade giveaway contest, so make sure you're subscribed so you can follow along and see when that happens. Yeah, that's it for today. Bye. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you on the next one.